I skipped my friend's wedding to avoid my ex because he used to stalk me.
That's wild.
I received the online save the date and of course replied yes. Then I was scrolling through the guest book and saw my ex's name. When I saw his enthusiastic reply of yes, my heart figuratively stopped. I felt cold inside and I started hyperventilating. The ex, this man, mistreated me for months, isolated me from my friends and family, and used me for money, and then cheated on me. He made me feel crazy for confronting him about his substance use.
No, you just were crazy.
About the girls hanging around him. I eventually stopped asking him because I wanted to keep him happy. When he moved away for a few months and we were long distance, he had friends that would report back to him if I went out with friends. He would confront me on our Skype chats about me being out with guy friends unchaperoned and would forbid me to go out without a chaperone. I eventually caved and didn't go out with any of my friends unless they were the girls he knew or I just stayed home. I lost contact with many friends and my family, but then we were engaged and something broke in me when I realized I would have to give up everything to be with him and I envisioned myself not wanting to have our future together. By the way, this comes from MNT Throw, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Savannah.
I'm Riley.
And we're here to talk about some stuff, maybe get some advice, maybe cry a little, laugh a little, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But your job here is to listen and respond in the comments, and our job is to tell you right this minute. As OP says...
Also, I'm being sarcastic. This is a horrible person. If anyone hasn't picked up on that yet.
When I finally broke it off for good with him, he had previously installed a keylogger into my phone and computer.
Oh my god!
What is that?
A keylogger tracks every single key that you press on your phone and your computer.
Why would you need that?
So you can track messages that they might be sending, track like whatever they're typing. Like if you search anything up on Google, it'll show like, oh, at 5:02 a.m., this person typed in XYZ thing and then clicked on that. Is
that like what people would use for like an office, like to make sure people are staying on task, or like what, like who uses that professionally?
It's you know, professionally. I mean, that's a great question.
Yeah, because that's what
I could see that professionally, like that's what they do to like if it's like a highly secure thing that they do that. But people that are more in the tech thing, it's just like a way to keep up with, oh, what is someone saying about me? What are they doing? This is used in a really bad way.
Yeah, I see. And was able to see everything I sent and did. He kept pestering me everywhere, so I notified his mom. I told her that if he contacted me again, I was going to the cops. She said she would take care of it. A few nights later, I went to a late movie by myself and got a call saying he was right outside my apartment. He saw my light on and just wanted to talk. I was not there at the time. He had a history of stalking and previous allegations of doing the same things to his ex-girlfriends. The next day, I started the proceedings to get a restraining order out on him. Fun fact, they are really hard to get. The order of protection was granted for 1 year, and I have moved on. I got a new laptop, phone, and changed my address. He was blocked on Facebook, and I deleted all of our mutual Facebook friends so they couldn't report back to him on me. Now, seeing him RSVP to a mutual friend's wedding threw me off kilter. My current boyfriend was unable to attend with me due to work, so I didn't want to go alone. Oh, I meant to email the groom and explain how I didn't want my drama to overshadow his wedding and that he may not have been aware of the crazy ex drama that happened a couple of years ago, but I saved it as a draft and never dealt with it.
Oh, you got to. You're just gonna let this guy run your life. Say something.
I pushed it back to my mind and was focusing on work and school. But I got the email reminding me about the wedding, didn't know what to do, and did not show up. I sent the newly married couple an Amazon package from their wedding registry with my apologies and offers to take them out to dinner after their honeymoon, but I don't know how to ask him now. Questions: how do I bring this up to the groom? How do I explain why I didn't reply and why I didn't show up? Do I go into detail about the horrible things my ex did? Do I show them a copy of the restraining order? Do I just continue to ignore and later message the groom to just take them out for dinner? There's an update.
Okay, don't show them the copy of the registration.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I want to get a few things off my chest.
Yep.
This thing happened to me a while ago. It doesn't need to be crazy. Just, yeah. Hey, here's a restraining order of this guy that I dated for a while ago. Also, huge creep. And bad in bed.
That's what she would say.
Yeah, I think you should say that.
I mean, I think it's crappy that she didn't cancel because that just cost them money,
Yeah, agreed.
and that's rude of you to do. If you can't make it, just say you can't make it, you know? Don't be like, oh, I put it off too much, and now it's the day of the wedding, and I
Yeah.
should have done. Like, that's crappy.
And these are friends. Why can't you bring this up with your friends, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know. I agree with Kim Foyne. Don't leave it unacknowledged if you care about the friendship. That was an important day for your friend, and it's an understandable reason to miss that day, which is true. It is. Like, it's an important event for them, and and exactly what you said, you didn't want that to be overshadowed with all your trauma and whatever, and that's just weird. He's a stalker, so obviously I'm not going to a place where my stalker, I can't. There's a restraining order. He would have, like, one of us would have to leave. So, you know, it lawfully it couldn't be possible anyway. But there is an update. So I took the advice of some to call my friend rather than an impersonal email or Facebook message, and left a nice voicemail offering to take him and his wife to dinner and apologizing for missing their wedding. He called back and squeezed me in their packed schedule before they leave for their honeymoon. I saw them last night for dinner. I gave them hugs and apologized again for missing their wedding. Groom said he vaguely remembered the bad breakup and the restraining order, but said he thought enough time had passed because the order of protection had expired. He also said they sent out the invites and saved the dates in waves, and the ex and I were in different waves. He said he thought we could put aside our issues for one day for his special day. He said he had invited family members that didn't get along with one another with the expectations that everyone could put aside their issues for this wedding. I told him I didn't want to see the ex ever again, especially being alone at the wedding, and wasn't comfortable at all attending. My friend acknowledged this, and then we had a good dinner and caught up since our college days. By the way, you can get caught up by listening to full episodes of stories just like this. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast app, and just search up OK Storytime. There is a
Fair.
little bit left. I mean,
Fair. Restraining orders stick with people, though. It's not family drama. Family drama, restraining order.
yeah, I see with family drama, I feel like it's different because it's family and there's usually a bunch of people on your side and a bunch of people not on your side, you know, you have that. But with the whole ex thing, you were going alone. He maybe could have went alone. I'm not entirely sure, but it's not, you don't want to put yourself in that situation. I think you didn't feel safe, and they should say, you know what, our bad.
Just put aside your differences for a day. He stalked you for a couple of months. Just put it aside for one day.
Yes, I agree with Anne. Not getting along and being stalked are very different things.
It's not like he's gonna stalk you again. He wouldn't do that.
Yeah. Anyway, they confirmed they had received my many gifts the day after their wedding. Then they said the ex had RSVP'd and volunteered to be the sound guy, MC, and sound system, but did not show up. Oh, see, that's crappy of him. Wow, so neither of them showed up.
Weird.
But
He must
I
have known.
wonder what his reason was. Cause he said, "Oh, I want," and like he literally was like, "I want to be the MC and sound system guy." And they're like, "Okay," and then you don't show up. That's way crappier than RSVPing and just not going. My friend had to man the sound system on his own wedding day. The groom and bride said they would have rather me show up than the ex. We have plans for me to see their house when they return from their honeymoon and hang out more frequently. They have an incredible collection of board games. It was a great dinner. Dang. Well, I mean, I think you did the right thing, OP. I don't think
agree.
that you have to feel bad about not being comfortable at an uncomfortable place and setting. Like, you don't have to feel bad. But I do think that your stalker, he sounds like a horrible person from all the things you've said, and then how he's like, "Oh, I want to be like doing stuff for the wedding," and then just doesn't show up with no explanation at all. Probably didn't even get them a gift, anything. Like, just completely forgot or something. That's crappy. That's not a friend. So yeah, I don't know. think he did the right thing. But that's the end of that story, and we got another one. Come on. My best friend's ex revealed how she really felt about me after their breakup.
Yikes!
Patty, 24 female, and I, 24 female, met during our sophomore year of college. We both had been accepted into the same selective education program. Ridiculous levels of similarities in looks, interests, and personality. We were a great fit for each other. We roomed together our junior year and were practically inseparable. Our faculty used to joke that they couldn't believe there were two of us. Enter Mark, 27 male. He was also accepted into the same program our junior year. Mark wastedly expressed feelings for me the night we all graduated, which were not reciprocated, and I told him that. He did not take it well. After graduation, I took a job in a state across the country. He took a job in a state up north, and Patty stayed and took a job in the state where we graduated. Mark eventually got over our falling out. We began to talk and became good friends while we were both away from our alma mater state. Unbeknownst to me, he and Patty had begun talking romantically.
Oh my gosh. The audacity.
He admitted it to me after he had been drinking one night, saying that Patty didn't want me to know, so I waited about 3 months for her to fess up to the big news. I have zero romantic feelings for Mark, and Patty was well aware of that. So for her to withhold her romance was really odd. By the way, this comes from Can't Use My Real User. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Savannah.
I'm Riley.
And we're here to give some good advice, goofily. But guess what? We don't know everything. Surprisingly. But we're going to tell you what we would do. You tell us what you would do in the comments. As OP says, over the summer, Mark took a different job in another state, a bit closer to Patty. I also got another job in our alma mater state, but 3 hours from Patty. They started a relationship sometime this past summer.
Okay.
Once they got into a relationship, Mark more or less stopped talking to me.
Wonder why.
Which I understood. Honeymoon phase and all that. They attempted a long-distance relationship. Patty ultimately ended it in October due to his neediness, booze intake, and lying.
Oh!
I was going to say, you've mentioned that he's, been drinking twice now and has, told you things. And it's like, does he drink a lot?
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
What's wrong with drinking with a lot? Huh?
A lot of
What?
things. A lot, actually. They continued to talk after the breakup because Patty felt it would help Mark cope with the suddenness of the breakup. Mark took that to mean that she was still interested in him. And yesterday, she officially ended it with him and made it clear that she had no intentions of getting back with him. So I drove the 3 hours and showed up at her house unannounced with wine and movies just to get her mind off things. Today, I received a text from my best friend's now ex-boyfriend, Mark, whom I talked to on occasion, saying that he had something he felt he needed to share with me, but that I could not tell Patty that he had said anything.
Oh.
So he's not a good friend. I would be like, actually, don't tell me, because I don't want to know.
Yep. Could not care.
I trust my friend more than you, liar. He told me that my relationship with Patty was one-sided and that he recommended I be extremely careful with her because she is fake.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Give me an example. How is it one-sided?
If OP just talks to her, always starts the conversations, and OP always visits her, always does stuff for her, then yeah, it is one-sided. But that hasn't been mentioned at all yet. So I don't know. Since they had just had a falling out, I assumed he was trying to manipulate me and brushed off what I thought was a ridiculous accusation. He proceeded to send me screenshots of conversations between the two of them dating back 2 and 3 months where she was talking to him about how much I have changed since we graduated from college. In one of them, she wrote, "Maybe I just care too much, but she's not the same person she was, and I feel like I don't even know her. I don't know how to explain it. She's really promiscuous now and is an attention witch, especially when we go out, and it's really annoying. She's just not genuine anymore. She's really fake around other people."
Oh. Yikes.
That sounds like you're really fake with other people. Because you're just talking all this crap behind her back.
This is true.
Followed very closely by a text that stated that it was at the point that she didn't want to be friends with me anymore. Mark said that he knows the timing of him telling me this is screwy because it looks like he is trying to ruin a friendship, but that he genuinely felt like I should know. I've had so many emotions come and go today that I am just numb. I feel so betrayed and hurt. She has been my closest confidant and the one person I felt I could tell anything to.
No!
I am trying so hard to see it from her perspective. Yes, from college to now, I have changed substantially. Everyone does. I'm different from when I was in college. I'm different from when I was in high school. I'm different from where I was, last month. Like, everyone just changes.
They've been dating for 6 years, too.
6 years?
Yeah, that's what it says in the title. Like the ex and OP, or ex and the friend, best friend.
Dated for 6 years?
Yep.
Dang.
It says here in the title, they just broke up. My 24 female, supposedly best friend, 24 female of 6 years. So, never mind. Best friend of 6 years. They've been best friends for 6 years.
Okay.
Sorry.
I was like, that doesn't add up with the timeline that they just went over.
Sorry.
But
They've been best
good.
friends for 6 years.
Okay. I moved across the country for my first job out of college. Proceeded to lose my virginity this past year to a man I absolutely loved and adored.
Okay.
And since then, I have become more confident with myself and comfortable with my spicy proclivity.
This is what it sounds like. OP has gotten more confidence, and the friend. Okay, let me write this out. So whenever they were just best friends, OP's confidence was here, and best friend's confidence was here.
Mm-hmm.
Now with time, OP's confidence is here, and best friend's confidence is probably still the same, and it's really hard for best friend because she's probably had to cut out a lot in her life for her boyfriend.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know what to do with that.
Now my number is 4, all of whom have been men that I had feelings for or were emotionally connected with. I dress in a more feminine manner when I go out, and true, some shirts/dresses are far more revealing than I would have ever worn when I was in college, but they are tasteful and make me feel good about myself. Yeah, who cares? I refuse to accept her accusations of being a fake person because I pride myself on being honest with everyone. Patty and I have gone out together one time since I have moved back to the state. I wore jeans and a sweater because it was a themed crawl. I danced provocatively with one guy throughout the entire night, not uncommon for our outings. Spent most of my time with her and genuinely thought that we had a good time together. I don't believe that I did any attention-seeking actions because I remembered the entire night. I cannot for the life of me understand where this came from. I do know that she has felt this way since November. And I do know that she has faked our friendship for the past few months. And now I know that she talks negatively about me behind my back. This is not something that I can simply let go, despite what Mark has asked me to do. At this point, I do not see a reason to have someone like this in my life, despite our years of history together. So my question is there a way for me to confront her about this without sending her the screenshots? Because all I really want to do is send them to her and say, I guess I'm not the only one who has changed since we graduated. There's an update. I am overwhelmed with how many people have responded to this. This has meant so much to me, and so many of your comments have helped me to keep a level head while I worked through this situation. She actually texted me and called me multiple times the following day, to which I did not respond. I ended up texting her and sending the screenshots that evening.
Oh my gosh. OP! You're toxic! That's crazy.
I don't know. Asking for an explanation of the conversation that was in the pictures and whether or not any of it was true. Ultimately, I gave her the benefit of the doubt. Mark was in a bad place, and though the text sounded like her, he easily could have faked them. She said that it was, in fact, true. She had said all of those things and thought that I had changed substantially within the past 2 years. My changes have made her uncomfortable, but she felt it wasn't something to discuss with me.
Interesting.
She claims that she said it all out of anger and meant none of it, but I am of the opinion that you always say what you mean. While angry, you might say it less delicately than intended, but you still say what you mean. I am not sure that I could ever trust her again following that text string. Though I recognize that it was never meant for me to see, how do I come back from that? Like, yes, let's go out and have a good time, but do I have to worry about you talking badly about me afterwards? I choose to have people around me that I trust, and that was a true breach of trust.
It takes time. It'll
Yeah.
take time for you guys to be friends again.
Hey, maybe you won't. Because sometimes friendships grow apart. I mean, I had friends in college that, we just drifted apart. You just do. I've had friends in high school. You just drift apart. That's just how life is. I've noticed this. You go through different stages in your life.
Seasons.
Yeah, it's the seasons. And right now, I feel like I'm in a very new season. I'm still trying to like figure out how everything fits and where everything's going to go and how to like find a routine within this madness.
Yeah.
But, you figure it out. And then you also, along the way, figure out who your real friends are, who your people are. Finding your people, the best thing ever.
This is wild. I would give it time. It doesn't sound like you guys can't come back from this.
Yeah.
Just a little distance is okay. A little information diet. I mean, Kimberly Fine just said her and her friend went through the same thing. A commenter here. And they were fine after a while because she realized, she was in an abusive relationship. She couldn't really have a straight mind with everything that was going on.
I had to do that with my friend. I like tried to stop talking to her because she was in this toxic, horrible relationship from like 8th grade to like sophomore, junior year of high school. And it was horrible.
Golly.
And she like literally was losing all her friends. She was going insane. I was like, dude, you gotta like chill. And he would like cheat on her all the time. It was, God. Anyway, let's finish this up. Many of you brought up the point that we all say things or judge our friends' actions, which is true, and I will admit to having done so. But I have never in my life thought about not wanting to be someone's friend unless I meant it, much less said it to someone else. But I digress. She then continued on to say that she could not fix the situation between us and that she never meant for me to find out, which truly just sits with me the wrong way. Because A, she never even asked what could be done to fix it, and B, that's not an apology. It's true. So it seems our relationship has ended. As for Mark, well, that pathetic excuse of a human is no longer of my concern. I have gladly cut contact with no explanation despite his multiple texts. Thank you all so very, very much for bringing different viewpoints to my situation. You helped me remain calm and understanding when I felt like boiling over. Much love to all of my internet strangers.
Aww.
That's all. My friend is suddenly flirting with me after she got rejected by someone else.
Rebound!
I, 31 male, have known Nicole, 25 female, for about 2 years via married friends of mine. We are all part of a friend group of about 7 to 8 people that meet up pretty regularly. About 6 months ago, the married couple introduced to everyone their friend Kyle for what turned out to be the worst kept secret within the friend group, setting him up with Nicole.
Ugh.
Their plan to set up Kyle worked, only it was to somebody else and not Nicole.
Oh.
Another friend of the married couple, who I barely know, Kyle and his girlfriend became official about a month ago. Nicole was really into this guy and she took the news hard, even though to the best of my knowledge, Kyle never really showed much interest in her beyond just being friends. Ever since Kyle has been off the market, Nicole has been suddenly showing a lot of interest in me, but I can't help but think it's either to make Kyle jealous or that I'm her plan B or both. In the 2 years I've known her, she's never been this way with me. She's taken more of an interest in my life and her banter has been much more flirtatious. She sat on my lap and was playfully talking with me during a friend's birthday party in which we were all drinking. If not for a timely intervention by a waiter with a question about the check, I think she would have tried to kiss me, and truth be told, I probably wouldn't have resisted.
Uh-oh. You have fill-ins. Or do you just have fill-ins when drinks are there?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
I've never been, what's the word, apprehended? Inebriated. There we go.
Oh.
Never been
I
inebriated.
was like,
I have been apprehended before.
By the way, this comes from Dodgers fan 1987, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Savannah.
I'm Riley.
And we're here to talk about some stuff, give you some goofy advice, but we don't have all the answers. We only tell you what we would do, but you should let us know what you would do down in the comments.
I've never been inebriated. Do drinks really make you fall for someone that's probably not who you're attracted to?
Really depends. Like, it depends how inebriated you get, I guess. But, I don't know. Usually, if I don't have them when I'm sober, I'm not going to have them when I'm not. I don't know, but sometimes it does switch. Sometimes, yeah, I could say sometimes it does switch. You like don't see them in that way, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, this could kind of work. Maybe. Just really depends. As OP says, she's given me brief massages.
Hell yeah.
Okay. She knows I like baseball.
Dodgers fan.
So she invited me to a game this weekend for just the two of us. We have never really hung out alone before. Yeah, that seems like a date.
Dude, just go on the date. See how you feel about it.
I legitimately have a prior commitment, so I basically said maybe next time, but I'm unsure more than anything where to go from here. Oh, I'm not going to lie, I don't necessarily mind this attention, and independent of Nicole's recent interest in Kyle, I probably would pursue something here. I'm just not sure it's on the level.
It doesn't sound like you like it. You sound like a maybe, dude.
Yeah, it seems like you've never really looked at her like that, and now that you saw that her heart kind of got broken by this guy, and now you see this as a rebound. I could see everything that you're saying, OP. But also, if you have feelings, why not go for it? Furthermore, Nicole is more entrenched in this friend group than I am. So if I did pursue something with her and it didn't work out, things would get awkward and I probably would have to distance myself from everybody. And I like these particular group of friends. Any advice? I mean, you gotta go with the flow, I guess.
Nah.
See if you like it.
I say don't go on a date.
Yeah, or just
stay friends. Just stay friends. This doesn't seem like an absolute yes. It's like when you go shopping for clothes. If you don't absolutely love it, don't buy it.
It's true. Yeah, I agree. There's an update. So after taking into consideration the comments from the original post, I initially decided to not pursue anything with Nicole.
There we go.
As I had stated, she had suddenly become flirtatious with me and started inviting me to places alone immediately after the guy she was interested in got a girlfriend. I was concerned about a rebound situation, and that wasn't the only factor involved. I decided I would lay low and not encourage her, for lack of a better word. What's funny, though, is that after I turned down her invitation to a baseball game, she had stopped that behavior in our interactions and had become normal again.
Interesting.
I went to an amusement park last weekend with some of the same friends, and Nicole was there. At one point, we had all ridden a roller coaster. I wanted to immediately ride again, and Nicole was the only one who joined me. When the second ride ended, the others had kind of disappeared and were doing their own thing. I don't know for sure, but I can't help but think this wasn't a coincidence. Nicole and I spent the next 2 hours going on rides, grabbing a bite to eat, talking about life a little bit, and something just clicked.
Oh. What? You confused me, OP. I don't like you.
I had suggested we get on the Ferris wheel before meeting back up with the others. You can probably guess where this is heading. I know I was reluctant about doing anything with Nicole for several reasons, but at that moment, it was like, F it. When we reached the top of the Ferris wheel, we kissed. Wow, romantic. We had all left soon after. We both played it cool as if nothing happened. I texted her the next day about meeting up for dinner, which was last night. At one point, the conversation steered towards Kyle. She admitted she was interested in him, but it became clear to her that despite our friends trying to set them up, she was into this other girl. She admitted she was interested in him, but it became clear to her that despite our friends trying to set them up, he was into this other girl. She said more than anything, she was down on herself because she's only ever had one serious boyfriend, and Kyle was in essence another rejection because he never made any moves or asked her out.
So you just had to get to know her a bit? How are you not like attracted to her already?
That's how relationships go. You just like don't know. Sometimes it is very quick. It's like, oh, huge attraction for this person. I want them.
The second I saw my girlfriend, I was attracted to her, and there were 3 girls. It was her 2 of her best friends and her. And I was like, I hope I get the pretty one. And I did.
Wow. I hope I get the pretty one. She revealed that she always liked me, but that the timing was never right, and after a while, it seemed like we were friend-zoned. I failed to mention in the original post that when I met Nicole 2 years ago, I had a girlfriend, and that relationship lasted another 7 to 8 months. Nicole had dated others during the last year, whereas I had mostly taken a break and focused on other things. Hence the timing issue. I don't know where this will end up. We had a fun day at the park, and dinner last night was great. I was concerned I was the backup option, and who knows, maybe I am. But I've decided it's worth a longer look. I do think she is beautiful and quirky and somewhat awkward, but in an endearing way. She reminds me of Holly Flax from The Office. You only live once, right? And that's true. You do. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure on that last part. I exposed my friend's girlfriend's lies because she refused to leave me alone.
Good on you.
University is starting back soon, so many of my friends started moving back to town. I, 20 female, live in a house with 5 friends. Small background, which is relevant. I wasn't born in the UK, but moved here with my parents when I was 17. We come from another European country, so I speak my native language, English, which is far from perfect. I've been learning Spanish and English since I was little, and my Spanish is better than my English. I don't have an obvious accent in English. People just assume that I am Canadian. We had a small party on Saturday, and one friend brought his new girlfriend, Jess.
Oh.
Jess, female, early 20s, and she's the reason why I am posting here.
Oh my gosh.
Whew. Jess made sure to let everyone know that she's a polyglot and speaks multiple languages.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
I didn't know that's what polyglot?
A person who speaks or uses several languages. I don't know if I like that word.
Yeah, polyglot sounds weird. I was obviously impressed. I study modern languages, meaning that I'm learning Italian and German on top of Spanish. And obviously, I asked what languages she speaks. Spanish, Japanese, Arabic, my native language, German, Korean, and French. I told her how impressed I was and carried on with my evening. By the way, this comes from PinkCloud112, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Savannah.
I'm Riley.
And we're here to give some good advice, goofly. But guess what? We don't have all the answers. We would only tell you what we would do, but let us know what you would do down in the comments. Why not? Let's discuss. As OP says, I had a short phone call with my mom, whom I obviously speak to in my native tongue, and I went out of the house to talk to her. Jess was out in the garden and heard my conversation, and she corrected me on my pronunciation.
What? What? No.
Oh, I immediately would be so annoyed.
If I say y'all and you tell me I'm supposed to say you guys, I'm coming after you. That ain't how you talk.
That ain't how you do it. I told her that she was in the wrong, and she insisted that she knows better. I didn't fancy getting into any arguments, so I ignored her and went back inside saying whatever. Later, I bumped my head and swore loudly in Spanish. I tend to code switch a lot when wasted. And she corrected my pronunciation, which was funny because it was her who was incorrect. I ignored her again. Not her being like, actually, you're not saying that right. Actually, that's not right.
It's pronounced not pooter.
Pooter. A while later, I wanted my friend, who is from Spain, to hand me something, but I forgot how it's called in English, so I said, hand me Spanish word, please, knowing my friend would understand. Jess decided to correct me again using completely incorrect word. My friend and I looked at each other, and me, being wasted, I lost any self-control I had.
Oh no.
I spoke to Jess in Spanish, asking her what the heck she thinks she's doing. And she looked at me, telling me that my Spanish was so wrong that she didn't understand a word. It wasn't. It wasn't, but okay. So this girl obviously doesn't know.
Wait, your Spanish sounds a lot like wrong English.
Yeah. It's like, that's not the correct Spanish word. Shut up.
That's
Ew.
crazy.
I told her the same thing in my native tongue, to which she replied with the same thing. I laughed at her and told her it's my native language and she really shouldn't lie about being a polyglot and correcting people when she doesn't actually speak those languages. She was fuming. She tried to grab her boyfriend's hand and leave with him, but he was too wasted to care and just said, told you to stop lying. Dang, not the boyfriend calling her out too. Dang.
What do you get out of this? Why do you like to lie?
I would never lie that I knew a language because I know immediately people are going to quiz me.
Yeah.
That, it's immediate.
How do you say the spider went into the library room?
The library room. I don't know how she got my number, but she called me this morning screaming what an a-hole I am to humiliate her like that, and if she knew I spoke the language, she wouldn't have corrected me. I do feel bad now. I realize how humiliating this must have been for her, but on the other hand, she shouldn't have been lying. I don't know. Was I the a-hole here? OP added in the comments, that's the thing. She didn't understand me. She only replied to me because she had no idea what I said. With corrections, she only picked up on a few words and tried to correct them wrongly. She may be learning languages and be a super beginner, but she doesn't speak any of those languages, which was later confirmed by her boyfriend. Apparently, she never goes past learning the alphabet and a few lessons.
Oh.
So you don't know. I know the alphabet. I can spell some stuff. Maybe. Probably not. Oh, and that's it. That's all. Wow.
That's crazy, dude.
So
The
yeah.
audacity.
No, seriously. Like, how are you about to, like, correct me when you don't even know? And then correct me and tell me something wrong. Like, shut up. Why does it even matter?
Right? That's the end of that episode.
Yeah. That's the end of that episode.